Welcome. I call the January 12th New McCrory Unified School District Board meeting in session. Mr. Walk.
Here.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Here.
Ms. Cerruti.
Here.
Mr. Rivas. Mr. Cabral is here. Item 2, public communication and closed session items. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by a majority of the board. The board will allow comments by members of the public on an agenda item during consideration of the item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the number of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees should be resolved through the district's personnel complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt the speaker from any potential liability of defamation. The proceedings of the board are recorded and are part of the public record. At this time, does anybody have any members of the public wish to address the board on any closed session items? All right, seeing none, the board will head to closed session. 4:04 p.m. Welcome. Call the January 12th board meeting back to order. Everybody please stand for the flag salute.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. Item B, report out of action taken in closed session. In closed session, the board of directors, Mr. Pruitt received a positive evaluation and was appointed as the real property negotiator for the Newman Unified School District OHS baseball field project. Item number 4, public communication, agenda and non-agenda items. Members of the public may address the board on items not on the agenda. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes unless the time limit is waived by a majority of the board. The board will allow comments by board members of the public to an agenda item during consideration of each item. The board may limit the total time for public input on each item to 20 minutes. With board consent, the president may increase or decrease the time allowed for public presentation depending on the topic and the numbers of persons wishing to be heard. The president may take a poll of speakers for or against a particular issue and may ask that additional persons speak only if they have something new to add. Complaints against specific district employees should be resolved through the district's personnel complaint procedure. The right to address the board does not exempt a speaker from any potential liability for defamation, and the proceedings of the board are recorded and are part of the public record. And we have a few items tonight. First, Mrs. Eddie Davila Mr. Eddie Davila, Yolo Middle School. If not, Edward will fix it for you.
There we go. I'm a little nervous, believe it or not. Well, good evening, Mr. Pruitt, Dr. Seca, President Cabral, and board members. My name is Eddie Davila. I'm one of the school counselors at Yolo Middle School, and I'm making my monthly of January, presence here to invite board members and dads here, for our 4th annual Dads Conference. That's going to be in 2 weeks on Saturday, January 24th. This year's name is of the conference would be the Modern Dad Navigating Fatherhood in the 21st Century. So it is an event that will start off at 8:30 with our this year's keynote speaker. We have Jason Mugard, who's SCOE's Chief of Staff. This year's topics that we'll be discussing, dads will have the opportunity to attend 3 sessions of the 4 topics that we have that will be discussed or talked about in our conference. One of them being Preparing Kids for the Future, who will be presented by Mr. Alfonso Navarro, who is Ceres Unified School District's Director of Child and Nutrition. In that session, he'll be talking about teaching finance literacy, independency, and resilience, instilling confidence, self-worth, and responsibility, and supporting education and career goals. Then we have another one, which would be co-parenting and partnership, who would be done by Mr. Eric Gomez, who's owner of Gomez Brothers Grappling Academy from Waterford, California. And he'll be talking about strengthening relationships with spouse, partners, and parenting, sharing responsibilities fairly, respecting differences in parenting styles. Next topic for another session is the evolving roles of the fathers, who will be presented by our very own Newman Unified School District, our clinician, Mr. Caleb Wilkinson. He'll be talking about how fathers has changed over generations, breaking stereotypes of the provider-only role, and fathers as nurture role models and active participants in all areas of a child's life. And lastly is digital age parenting, who will be presented by Officer Gomez from Newman PD, helping kids navigate social media, gaming, and online risks, modeling healthy tech habits as a father, and creating tech-free family traditions. We do have on one of the sessions, the last session, we have Mr. Huey Costa, who will also be kind of motivating dads to get involved, in sports here at school, get involved in their kids' education and the benefits of that as well. So I had a couple dads ask me once, well, why do you continue? Why do you do this event? We are, as far as I know, the only district in the county that does provide an event like this for dads. I know Ceres tried, I think 2 years they did it, and then just fell apart. But I do it because of the outcomes, the positive outcomes it has across the board when dads are involved as well, in terms of academics and social emotionally as well. And there's an article I was reading, I read during break that said, the author spoke about how he felt awful saying it, but, I quoted him saying, I think where schools have gone it right, where it comes to getting men and fathers involved, has been by and large through sports. School struggles finding ways to get those same dads who are very devoted, very invested, and very involved on the sports side of the equation to take on an equally as active role on the academic side. So it is a 4-hour event, or 3.5 hours if you put minute to minute. Lunch is provided. There is raffles as well for dads. We are having tri-tip and chicken, if you want to kind of throw it out there to the dads. I know we are working with Ms. Griselda Counselor from Hunt to continue that mom's conference. Maybe not this school year, but for the next school year, bringing that up again and making it more open for more moms to attend as well. But it's as long as we continue to get dads involved, we're gonna keep this going. I try to put it different times of the school year. I think January kind of falls good with sports. Not a lot of sports going on, and I think not a lot of family outings. But if you do know of any dads, not necessarily from Newman, but if you have like a brother or a cousin and that can benefit from this event, it is a well attended event, and as well as nothing but positive feedbacks. It's not that us dads don't do a good job. It's just that it's always good to get tools to kind of help with our everyday life. And moms, kudos. I'm trying to get the dads involved, so they can kind of take some stress off your guys' back and stuff. But yes, it's in January, always the third week of January, and I do have some flyers that I will leave if you guys do would like one. To register, I do it just to have a head count for food. There's a link on the parent square, but if you guys forget to register, or somebody last minute decides to attend, it's fine. Have them show up. So it is at the YOLO cafeteria. Doors open at 8, and we start off at 8:30, and it runs to about 11:55, and then lunch will be as follows. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks, sir. Our next speaker, Carolyn Mendoza from Herd Barrington.
Good evening, members of the board. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Paula Matthews on her retirement. I had the opportunity to serve with her at the negotiations table for nearly 20 years. Congratulations, Paula. To the board, I'm addressing you this evening again on the matter of exclusion of staff from the 24-25 retroactive payment. I believe this is a systemic leadership issue, as I've contacted the board multiple occasions for multiple issues, and not once have I received a response. I understand that some former staff received an email last Friday that the board took action on September 8th, excluding the former employees, and the district could not go against board action. I understand this. However, the recommendation for the exclusion came from the Assistant Superintendent of HR. The board doesn't act without a recommendation from the district administration. The recommendation goes against years of past practices where, when a contract settlement was reached and paid in a subsequent year, anyone under contract during that year was included. The CSEA settlement, which the classified management staff follows as we are unrepresented, was signed on May 8th, 2025. This was signed during the time that the classified management was employed by the district. Because of the lack of communication on the part of the board or the district, it can only be inferred that this was a direct insult to the staff who left for whatever reason. What a way to attract and retain staff by treating them with disrespect. I understand budget constraints, but the district chose to move forward with a settlement, and it should apply to all classified management employees who were employed at the time of the TA was signed with CSEA. My question to the board is, what is the justification for the exclusion when the impacted classified management employees were clearly under contract when the TA was signed? This is a question that should easily be answered by the administration if it was justifiable. If this question continues to go unanswered, you'll continue to lose valuable staff with years of institutional knowledge. That's the message you're sending. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next speaker, Cassandra Figueroa, parent from also Hunt.
Good evening. My name is Cassandra Figueroa. I previously served as a fiscal analyst under the former Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Carolyn Mendoza, where for 7 years I supported the district's fiscal operations. I'm here for transparency regarding the retro paid in November. I was part of the May payroll and HR meeting where we directly asked whether an active employment clause would be added to the settlement, and we were told no. I followed up by email to confirm the tentative agreement. Like many employees, I never received a written response, but verbally we were again told no such clause would be added. Based on that guidance, I helped prepare the retro payroll files before I left on baby bonding leave. So when employees later saw the money deposited and then taken back without explanation, it was shocking and distressing. This was not a simple payroll error. It was a result of mixed messages and a breakdown in communication. If this language was later added to save money, I think it's fair to also explain why the very next month, a salary increase for the same management group was brought to this board. I also believe this can be corrected. During my time in fiscal services, admin sometimes directed payments to be issued, and staff were not in the position to question those directives. That's why I believe this action is possible. I'm not here just about the money. I'm here because people deserve honesty, consistency, and respect. I'm asking the board for transparency and action to make this right. Finally, just for the public record, the Brown Act does allow brief response from the board and administration. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Item number 5, approval of the agenda. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda as listed for tonight's meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. And a second?
I second.
Thank you, Ms. Rudy. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Rudy?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
Ms. Cabral votes aye, 5-0. Item number 7, A, retirement recognition of service. Ms. Paula Matthews, please come on up. And Mr. Heather Vargas. I said Mrs. Heather Vargas. And Ms. Dollywall.
Good evening, Board President Cabral, Superintendent Pruitt, and members of the board. Tonight, we will be recognizing Ms. Paula Matthews tonight for her 21 years of service. And Ms. Paula Matthews, the reason Ms. Dollywall's here standing right by me, is she had two jobs. She had two supervisors. So she worked with Ms. Dollywall in the mornings, and she worked with as a district tester, doing district work in the afternoon. So I'm going to kind of just highlight a couple things, and then Ms. Dollywall will take it over. But we're recognizing her for 21 plus years of service, lots of volunteer time before that. Ms. Paula was an instructional aide. She was a district tester, a doubles tester. She would test students. She would train new staff, train new instructional aides. She would train new teachers. She would progress monitor students actively. She'd go in and meet with kids and test them. She was an LPAC tester, an LPAC trainer. As long as I've been in these types of roles for the past 6 or 7 years, I never had to worry about Barrington because she just kind of like handled Barrington, which was a relief to me. Now it's something I'm like, oh, I had a meeting with her right before her last day, and I said, okay, we need to sit down. I need to know all the things that you did. Like, I need to know everything. I need to know what holes I'm going to need to fill in your absence. Because the list is long. It's felt most deeply at Hunt and Barrington. But if you've been in the district for any length of time, I'm sure that you've also interacted with Ms. Paula at all the other sites as well. She was an intervention specialist. She knew all the intervention programs. She knew how to teach them. She trained new intervention aides. So there was that. She was often the summer school secretary, which that was a big help every year. Not every single year she was, but many years she was. After school band and music, she taught a lot of our fifth graders instruments, performing at winter programs. That is something that we notice is not, that doesn't happen. And so, that's just a whole list of things that she did outside of just her role specifically at Barrington. And we are gonna miss her presence and miss all that she brought to NCLUSD. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening, Board President Cabral, Superintendent Mr. Pruitt, members of the board, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Seha, and all of our valued community members joining us this evening. My name is Kavita Dollywall, and I'm the principal of Hurd Barrington. Tonight, I would like to say a few words about our dear Miss Paula. Miss Paula's journey began with volunteering 1 day a week for Newman Crow's Landing, and then in March 2004, she officially joined the team, bringing her kindness, positivity, and unwavering support to every role that she held. Miss Paula has been an amazing addition not only to Barrington, but to every school site that she's touched over the years. Her laughter, warmth, and genuine care for students and staff has made a lasting impact on all of us. We will miss her dearly. We wish her all the best in this next chapter. We look forward to seeing her smile and hearing her laughter when we visit her at Target. Thank you, Ms. Paula, for everything that you've done for our schools and our families and communities, and you will always be a part of the Barrington family. Thank you. Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Board, if we can meet Paula in front to get a picture.
I just want to thank everybody that came. Also, it blesses my heart that so many were here, and thank all of you. I've enjoyed working here all these years. I enjoyed volunteering to begin with. I've known Frank since my kids were in school, and he taught them basketball way back when. And I said, I'm going to go volunteer at school, and I did. And then Mrs. Kuykendall said, why aren't you working here? So I did. So thank you very much. I've enjoyed the time here and look forward to volunteering and substituting. So thank you.
Miss Paula.
All right, item B, hunt presentation.
I'm going to wait. A student ran to the restroom. So when she gets back, my students, come on down. Hello? It's not just me, myself, and I. I have a village today here with me. I'll start. Good evening, President Cabral, Superintendent Pruitt, members of the board, and community members. I'm still waiting for one student, sorry. Okay. So as we wait for her, I want to introduce myself. I'm Rosie Arteaga. I'm the principal for Hunt Elementary. And today's presentation is focused on college and career readiness. This year is our first year that we had Career Day, thanks to Ms. Griselda. You see what happens? She's our wonderful counselor who does great things at Hunt Elementary. We're very privileged to have an amazing staff, and she is an active member of our school. Ms. Griselda was just talking so highly of you. Sorry, I went to get a student. Okay, but thanks to her, we got this going. And that's the focus of today's presentation. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me speak the whole time. So I have lovely fifth graders who were selected by their teacher to do today's presentation. So here we go. You guys ready? Okay. Does this work, Edward? Yes.
Hi.
Hold it, you're fine. And be speaking to it.
Hi, my name is Jimena Santos and I'm a fifth grade at Hunt Elementary, and for this slide I would like us all to read together. College and career readiness. Being college and career ready means that a student has the knowledge, skills, and mindset needed to succeed after high school. Whether they choose to attend college, join the vocational program, join the workforce, or pursue other career pathways.
Hi, my name is Gianna Romero, and I'm a fifth grade student at Hunt Elementary. And today I will be telling you about our career day journey and year-long plan to help students dream about their future. Classroom lessons introduce the 5 career pathways: four-year college, community college, U.S. military, trade school, and job after high school. Our lessons focused on how interests and strengths guide possible future careers. Students completed a career interest survey to discover careers that match what they enjoy. Built on early curiosity, confidence, and goal setting. Reinforce that everyone's career path is unique. And when I took the career interest survey, I found that based on my personality and interests, the career path that matches me is artistic.
Hi, my name is Isaac, and I'll be talking about our career day highlights and impacts. We welcome 19 amazing presenters representing all 5 pathways. Student ambassadors graded our presenters and walked them to their booths. Students explored real tools, uniforms, demonstrations, and participated in questions and answers. Students left inspired, aware of more options, and excited about their future possibilities. And by the way, I was one of the ambassadors, and I had the privilege of meeting our presenters.
Our mission in Hunt is to build a strong foundation for lifelong learning by developing academic skills, habits of mind, and a belief in future college and career pathways.
Hi, my name is Isaac Ozale. I'm a 5th grade student at Hunt Elementary, and today I'll be telling you why start elementary. First, early exposure builds awareness and confidence. Second, encourages goal settings and motivation. Third, helps students understand the possibilities beyond K to 12. Lastly, lines with district portrait of a graduate outcome. college and career day activities, banking center on wheels. Kids gotta see the teller windows and the cat opening this. I will now show you a video of the kids exploring the BMO truck. Is there a video there? Not linked? Oh. Career pathway examples. Four-year college, trade school, and a career without additional training. Cosmetology options. Kids gotta see makeup, hair, and nails. After writing the different career options, I want to pursue a four-year college education to become an architect.
Hello, my name is Eva Valencia, and I'll be talking about career exploration. Strong community partnerships that connect students with real experts. Exposure to vocational pathways. Project-based learning connected to careers. Family community engagement. Parents participated by sharing how they help students explore real-world opportunities. Special guests, including our county supervisor, were invited to engage with students and highlight community leadership. Cultural events and community partnerships. Communication through parent square and conferences. I would love to share that my mother feels very comfortable reaching out with any questions or any concerns.
Data impact to support college and career readiness. Improved attendance through attendance incentive programs. Growth on California dashboard indicators. Increased student engagement and confidence. Did you know that Hunt Elementary has the highest attendance rate out of all the schools in the district? Next steps. Expand career speakers and field trips. Strengthen SEL to career identity connections. Continue partnerships with middle schools. Enhance family resources for college awareness. The career path I would like to follow when I grow up is to go into the military and the Space Force to be an astronaut.
Hi, my name is Ariana Campos, and we have a question for you. What made you decide on your career path, and do you enjoy what you do? Mr. Pruitt?
Absolutely. First, I started out with a love of education and a love for sports, and I started out as a teacher and a coach, and that was the perfect blend of those two things, and that's what got me started.
Mr. Cabral?
You got to email these questions to us too, right? I actually followed in my father's footsteps, and my two older brothers were firefighters. How I ended up on the school board, I honestly don't know. It was a long path of hard career that that anybody could probably do if you just put your mind to it and focus and commit yourself. Any job, right?
Mr. Rivas?
I'm with Don. You got to let me know these things before. But no, my career path wasn't what I wanted to do, but I do it, and I do it because I enjoy coaching, so it works around my schedule. So enjoying the school board, that's something I always wanted to do since I was in high school. I made a promise to, he's no longer here with us, but Mr. McWilliams, that if I ever get the opportunity, I'm going to join the school board. And I'm on year 4, and I can't wait and continue to keep doing it. Thank you.
Mrs. Cerruti?
Well, my career path took a whole turn. I did have a career, but I chose to leave it behind so I can focus on my kids. I raised 4 of my kids, and I have 3 of them that have gone through college, and I currently have my 13-year-old in 8th grade. So my focus has been on raising my family, and now I'm on the school board, was actively involved in school with every single one of my kids. So I feel blessed to be on the school board and hopefully make a change for the better.
Mr. Walk?
Yeah, so my mom was a school teacher for 35 years, and I grew up basically in her classroom going during summers and after school when I was out of school to her classroom and helping her. She was a kindergarten and transitional kindergarten teacher. Although I teach high school, I still think I could do it, but I'm not willing to try right now. So I'm a history teacher because my great-grandfather served in World War I, my grandfather served in World War II, and wars and that historical aspect in my family has just really always fascinated me. And then for the school board, my master's degree is in government, so I've always been interested in government and politics and how that whole aspect works.
Mrs. Gonzalez?
This must be the most challenging presentation we've had in a while. I've been a social worker 15 years, and that probably started all thanks to my parents, who became foster parents when I was 6, so just a little bit younger than you probably. And it's kind of been my whole life, you know, just advocating for people through Child Protective Services, through working at a hospital setting, working in hospice and end of life. And then I became a mom, and I realized the importance of advocacy in education. And it can be really challenging sometimes, working against systems that just don't really make sense. Sometimes trying to advocate to change things that maybe have been around and implemented for so long. But the reward of it is just like nothing else, especially when you get to see somebody's life completely changed because of something that you really fought hard for. So I recommend it as a career to anybody who's really passionate about people.
One more. They won't do it from here. Oh, yeah, I ended it. Okay, ready?
Thank you.
Hunt Elementary School prepares students today for the opportunities of tomorrow. Thank you for your time. This concludes our presentation, not without saying that I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing without my team, Mrs. Cope, Ms. Griselda, my office staff, my teachers, my classified staff, everybody at Hunt. We work really hard. We do have the best students, by the way. They are dedicated, they're committed, they're kind, because at Hunt we choose what, guys?
Kindness.
Questions?
Thank you, guys, and that presentation was good and interactive, and you caught us off guard. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Item C, alternative education presentation. Mrs. Esquives.
It's kind of hard to beat that presentation, right? We'll try our best. Good evening, President Don Cabral, Superintendent Mr. Pruitt, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Ceja, board members and community members. I am Liliana Esquives, and today I am wearing my adult education hat. I wear different hats every day of the week, so there's times when I need a second to remember which one I'm wearing. Happy New Year's and welcome back. I'm happy to report that our adult education programs are running very smooth. And today we are going to highlight one of our programs, our ESL program provided by Learning Quest. I would like to introduce Ms. Victoria Hernandez. She is the program, where am I at? Hold on. Program Director of ESL and Family Literacy, who is going to share an overview of the program and the classes that we currently offer.
Thank you so much. Good evening. So a little bit about family literacy. So we realize that literacy development is most effective when families learn together. So that's why our program, our ESL program, actually offers free childcare. And I have to second the idea that Hunt has the best students because that's where our ESL program is located. So unfortunately, I don't have any ESL students here with me tonight because they're currently in class, but they're enjoying the program there. So the reason why we do want to have that lifelong learning along with their parents is because it creates a bond. When parents are able to help their children with homework or help them with any other aspect of their lives, it builds a bond that is never ending. So we offer a variety of different services. So our ESL program runs during the duration of the semesters that are in school. As I said earlier, we have a childcare component that is also completely free to the parents. So all of our classes are free for the ESL students and their children. We also have a PACT program where we have a 4-week class where parents learn STEAM-centered activities that can be done together. All those materials are given free to the parents and to the children. And we also have transparency with everything. I do quarterly reports to all the staff at Hunt Elementary to make sure that our program is running smoothly. We have our curriculum overview. So we currently have 3 levels. Level 1 is beginner, level 2 is intermediate, and level 3 is advanced. We offer free textbooks to students and their children. We have book report books that are also given free. We offer classes centered on reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. We focus on content-based instruction, which basically just means that we focus on daily life skills. For example, we have civic objectives, and this most recent one is centered on health. So parents are able to communicate with healthcare professionals and also advocate for their own children whenever they're having any health crises. We offer a 70-30 teaching approach, which just basically means that the students are focused on learning rather than listening only to the instructor. The students are active participants of their own learning. And we also offer trainings and workshops provided by our staff throughout the year. For CASAS testing, as I mentioned earlier, we focus on specific objectives. So the most recent one was health. We also focus on culture and diversity. We even have a cultural presentation. This year is going to be focused on spices. So I'm going to have spices from different community groups here and have a presentation on them with a read aloud by the staff and students. We also focus on interacting with the school system, making sure that parents feel comfortable navigating Power School, Parent Square, any resources that are utilized, making sure that we're focused on family nutrition and navigating other community resources that parents may be too scared to navigate on their own. I am happy to say that from our last student survey results, we have 100% completion rate, and they just feel more happy. 98% of our students feel more confident speaking English in their everyday lives. 98% believe that they can better communicate with their family or on behalf of their family members. And 45% would not be able to attend classes without provided childcare services. So I'm happy to say that we have 41 adults currently enrolled. 22 children are being served right now, and in total, we're serving 63 students between adults and children. Thank you so much.
Lastly, I want to thank Hunt Elementary for graciously allowing us to use your facilities. And a huge thanks to our board members and district leadership for your support with our alternative education programs and helping us serve our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Item D, student board member report. Ms. Venetia.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had a good break. I know I did. I slept a lot. So students returned last week on the 5th, but before our break, our staff members had a secret dress-up days, which I kind of suspected when I walked into calculus and I seen Mr. Felber in pajamas and not his shorts in 40-degree weather. Anyways, so also that week was our finals week, which also wrapped up our first semester grades. And over the break, the girls and boys basketball teams had their Winter Classic tournament game in which our JV boys won championship. Now this week is officially homecoming for all winter sports such as soccer, basketball, and wrestling. Their homecoming games are all scattered throughout these days, and along with homecoming come dress-up days as well. So today was PJ Day, tomorrow is Star Wars Day, Wednesday is Space Jam Day, Thursday is Skiers versus Skaters Day, and finally Friday is Spirit Day. Also on Friday, there will be a rally, and following that, basketball games from JV boys, girls, and boys varsity that start from 4 to 7. And our zoo theme is glow in the dark. Last but not least, on the 26th of this month, the staff versus students volleyball game will be happening, so be sure to come and join and support, even though our teachers will be losing yet again. But that is all I have for this month's report. Thank you.
Thank you. Item E, attendance awards, Dr. Seha.
Good evening, President Cabral, Superintendent Pruitt, and members of the board. I'll start off with the staff attendance award for the month of December. This month, or for the month of December, goes to Bonita. So yes, Lily, you get to take home another trophy. Most improved attendance for the month of December will go to Oristimba High School. And as mentioned earlier by our students, once again, with the highest attendance rate for our district is Hunt Elementary School.
Can I just keep it?
She'll need to add an asset tag to it and keep it there. Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Item F, our LCAT plan mid-year report and dashboard review. Mrs. Heather Vargas.
Alrighty, good evening once again. This, as I was putting this together, is making me think of, how around this time of year when they do the State of the Union report, that's what I feel like. This is the state of the district. This is everything. I feel like this is a lot of information here, but I'm going to try to combine these two, both the dashboard review and the mid-year LCAP. So we have really great news with our California dashboard that came out in December. Our English, language arts, and mathematics are yellow for the district. They were both orange last year. English learner progress last year was orange and it's green. So we went up 2 color bands with English learners. College and career readiness is blue. It was blue last year, it's still blue, but it also increased 9.7%. In science, this is the first year that science got a color, and that was green, which is really pretty great considering it's been a new focus for our district. So these are the academic indicators. These aren't all 7 indicators on the dashboard. These are just the academic ones, but they're the ones we sort of kind of peel off when we're thinking about instruction. So that is really great news for all of our sites. These are our district colors, and everyone's just done a really great job. This slide shows all 7 indicators. So it shows suspension rate, college and career, you can see that is blue. Graduation rate is blue. All of our areas for graduation rate improved. So all of our subgroups also improved with their graduation rate. English learners, socioeconomically disadvantaged, students with disabilities, all of those areas under graduation rate improved. Chronic absenteeism went down, so that went to red. This is from last year, and we've already put things in place this year. So as of right now, it's already, that color band is reflecting last year's 15.7% of students were chronically absent. And if I just pulled the data, I think last week it was like 6%. So we're already fixing that to make it, move in a positive direction. Suspension rate, that's when a student's getting suspended. We always are pushing for alternatives to suspension, and there's a balance between alternatives to suspension and then keeping our schools safe, right? So we want to have alternatives, and all the site principals are really great at looking for alternatives to suspensions, but we also want to make sure we're keeping our schools safe. So if something is, we need to have that consequence. We're not really shying away from holding students accountable for their behavior also. Here's just a quick 2024 comparison. So you can see the English language arts, math, and English learner progresses were all orange. So at just a quick glance, you can see here's the English language arts and math moved up to yellow, and English learner progress is green. So really a positive trajectory across all 7 indicators, and I'm really proud of all of the sites for all of their hard work. It's the teachers in the classrooms, it's the principals supporting the teachers, and us as district personnel hopefully providing structures and some support to them so that they can do their jobs really well. So for the mid-year LCAP review, goal 1, that one's really focusing a lot around high quality education, preparing students for college and career. That's all. There's under goal 1, there's 26 metrics. So there's a lot of metrics and a lot of actions underneath that goal. Goal 2 is parent and student engagement. That focuses a lot on the whole child, like behavior and social emotional wellness and parent communication and community connectedness, creating a supportive school community. Goal 3, that is mostly focused on equity multiplier funds that affects Westside Valley Continuation High School. So that's just like our 3 goals or the breakdown. So without reading all of those indicators and metrics and actions and all of that, I'm just pulling out some key highlights and strengths. On the academic indicators, the 4-year cohort graduation rate increased from 93.9% to 97.4%, exceeding our 96% goal. Students with disabilities graduation rate rose from 79.6% to 86.8%. So that's positive momentum. AP enrollment increased to about 23%, up from the 14% baseline. Dual language immersion exceeded goals. We like to track our enrollment there to evaluate that program. And we have 547 students enrolled in our dual language immersion program, and the target was 530. Our English learner progress, our RFEP progress rebounded on the 2025 dashboard, up 6.9%. Long-term English learners reclassification improved to 19%. As a district, we went from orange to green with English learner progress, which is what I was sharing. And then also a little special shout out, Heard Barrington and Hunt both went to blue with their English learner progress. So that's really noteworthy to call out there. School climate improvement, suspension rates remain under 5% district-wide and dropped at Westside Valley from 10.8% to 3%. Parent, student, and staff perceptions of safety and connectedness improved substantially per Healthy Kids survey results. So if we look at areas for improvement and growth, SBAC performance gaps. So although we see improvement on our SBAC score, some subgroup performances remain low, especially for students with disabilities, African American students declining in ELA, and English learner gap. So English learners we can see are making progress, and we can even see that they are making improvements and growth, but there still could be a discrepancy between their progress and the progress of English only students. So we're still going to work on closing that gap. Chronic absenteeism. Oh yeah, there's my little note. We became red because we were 9.9% and then it went up to 15.6%. And the little note there in yellow says 6.4% on January 6th. Also, it's important to note that our highest chronic absenteeism is in TK and 12th grade. I'm not sure if that's surprising to anybody. TK is not mandatory and those little babies get sick and parents keep them home. And so there's reasons for TK. And then 12th graders, they kind of have one foot in the door and 1 foot out of the door sometimes. And that's those two populations, account for a lot of our chronic absenteeism. Also, our chronic absenteeism is particularly high with our homeless students and students with disabilities. This is still a critical risk factor affecting academic outcomes across multiple goals. So it's something that we will continue to work on as a district. Wanted to share some additional mid-year updates. We are currently under federal program monitoring for those 5 areas: CTE, career technical education, English learners, supporting effective instruction, student support and academic enrichment, and uniform complaint procedures. So it has been just a lot of attention to our FPM. We're currently in the middle of meeting with reviewers, and we have until the 23rd of this month to get them everything they need. If we don't have something or there's a finding, we'll have time to remedy the findings. But that has been something that, you know, Ms. Tapia and Dr. Seha, Leslie at the high school with CTE, she kind of got us in compliance there, I was happy about. But there's a lot that we still have to, that we still need to work on to be in complete compliance. Another thing, our DA, differentiated assistance. So the last 2 years, we've been in differentiated assistance for English learners. So you've heard me talk about all of our professional development has been focused on English learners. All of our classroom instructional changes have been connected to English learners. And those scores went up. And so this year, they shared the news with us that we are no longer in differentiated assistance for English learners, but now this year we are in differentiated assistance for students with disabilities. So Dr. Souza and I will work together on coming up with a plan, because as you know, students with disabilities is not just a students with disabilities and a special needs classroom issue. It is all of our issue because these students are in all of our classes, right? And so it's improving, how do we improve instruction in every classroom? How do we create the best outcomes for these students? So we've now moved into differentiated assistance there, and that's going to like shift our focus a bit. Another update we're working on is a math pilot update, kindergarten through 12th grade. And we had several meetings reviewing curriculum. There were about 65 publishers that had curriculum on the state adopted list. Our district professional learning teams pared it down to, they had like 15 priorities. So they wanted to make sure there was like spiral review. They wanted to make sure there's real world applications. They wanted to make sure the materials came in Spanish. There was a list of 15. From that list of 15, I pared it down to 4, and then we took teachers from every single grade level to evaluate curriculum, and the piloting team chose Amplified Desmos Math. So 2 teachers per grade kindergarten through 12th grade will be piloting this math program February 2nd to March 6th. OHS will choose to pilot a second one March through April. So at the end of the pilot, I'm going to meet with the team. If they choose to move forward with that, then we will go ahead and adopt that for next year. I think most people, staff members for sure, students, and I'm sure parents are going to be really happy for new curriculum that looks like math again. And everything that we looked at looked very promising, and we're very excited about this. So there will be, updates as we get closer. But the goal here, if they select that curriculum, will be to have new math curriculum for the 26-27 school year. And that's all I have. Any questions? Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And there was even an article in the newspaper about our dashboard improvements. So that is something for you and your team to be proud of, because getting those needles over to the green and the higher colors is something. So thank you again. Item G, first reading of the policy regulation 1312.3, the uniform complaint procedure. Mr. Pruitt.
Yeah, this is an update recommended by CSBA. Part of the reason we're having a first reading and a second reading tonight, because it's in the consent calendar also, is we need it approved by the board to be uploaded to the FPM in time. So it's one of those things that's recommended, and we could bring it at any time, but it makes sense to get it done now so we can show that it was board approved. So.
Thanks, sir. Item H, Board of Trustees self-evaluation. Also, Mr. Pruitt.
Did you speak? Okay. So you've each been emailed the board self-evaluation, And so we would like to have you guys complete that on your self-evaluation and have that back to the next board meeting. Or a week before, right? When do you need it by?
Do you think the 26th would work for you, or do you need till the 30th?
26, yeah, that's fine.
So January 26th? Okay.
Item 8, consent calendar. Consent calendar items are routine in nature and usually do not require board discussion. Individual items may be removed by board members and presented for discussion and separate action. The consent calendar will be adopted by a roll call vote. Could I get a motion to approve the consent calendar as listed?
I make a motion to accept.
Mrs. Cerruti, thank you. And can I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Mrs. Cerruti?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Ms. Cabral votes aye. Item 9, action items. A, approval of the 2025 Comprehensive School Safety Plan. Can I get a motion for action item A?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. And could I get a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Walk. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Mr. Gonzalez? Kind of burning that, Ms. Gonzalez?
I did send a few comments to Mr. Pruitt about it, and they were addressed to you. Some of my main concerns were just consistency throughout the safety plans. Also, we talked about active shooter training on the plans. I think it's updated for like November 1st, 2023. And it sounds like that's still happening and there's still training happening. If it could just be documented a little bit more clearly. But aside from that, it looked good. I think just overall consistency throughout each site. And then some schools had a little bit stronger language for students with disabilities than others. So those are my recommendations. For now, just due to those comments, I vote nay.
Okay, Mrs. Cerruti?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
And Mr. Cabral votes aye. 4-1. Item B, approval of 24-25 school accountability report card published during the 25-26 school year. Can I get a motion for action item B?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Mrs. Cerruti.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Walk?
Aye.
Ms. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Ms. Cerruti?
Aye.
Mr. Rivas?
Aye.
Mr. Cabral votes aye. 5-0. Future agenda items. We have the Newman Crows Landing Unified School District musical performance. Do you have any info on that?
On the date?
We don't have the dates, do we?
Yeah, we do have.
We do have the dates.
Huh?
Tickets go on sale January 16th at 3 p.m.
January 16th, 3 p.m.
And the dates are March 13th, 14th, 15th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. I believe March 13th is the opening night of the dinner. And I believe we'll have Scott Kuykendall in attendance as I believe he performed in that one when he was in school.
Really? That's cool. All right, item number 11, our superintendent's report.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Hunt and Alt Ed, our tigers and our lions, so on their great artwork around the building. So thank you for that and excellent presentations. The second is I want to say it is National School Board Appreciation Month. So again, I want to let you know how much our community appreciates each one of you. So thank you for what you do. It's not always easy. So. And then just some basic information. The giving tree that the district did provided 135 students gifts for Christmas, and the majority of their lists were filled out for that. Our Beyond the Bell coat drive served over 100 coats to students throughout our community. Another big thing is our TK and Kinder registration. We are going to begin that on February 3rd during the day and February 4th in the afternoon. And it's going to be by appointment. So if you know anybody, they can make an appointment at any site. They all have the same form to fill out. So we're not going to ask anybody to go somewhere else if they've already checked in somewhere or called about it. We're going to make sure that we can get them registered. One other thing that I just received today is we had a high school senior, Hector Saavedra. He was just admitted into Columbia University through the Quest Bridge Scholarship. So, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to our board reports, Mr. Walk.
Yeah, just looking to resume walkthroughs at the end of January and then look forward to all the second semester events and end of the year events. I know it's early, but they're going to be coming quick.
Thank you, sir. Mrs. Gonzalez?
2026. Wow. I know I was telling the board that I can't believe we're getting invitations to all of these events already. It feels like we were just there not that long ago. So looking forward to all of that end of the year fun stuff. You might see me with Mr. Walk at the end of January. I'm not sure yet. I have to look at my calendar. I'll let you know, Mr. Pruitt. I'm not sure yet. Otherwise, I hope everyone had a good holiday break and a restorative transition into the new year. And I'll see you all soon, and I'll see you next month.
Thank you. Mrs. Rudy?
Well, I hope everybody had a good winter break, and I hope everybody's ready for the new year. First of all, I want to just say thank you to the whole district. Attending the employee Makes a Difference breakfast. It's kind of hard to just pick one person from each site and to recognize their wonderful work and their wonderful contributions to the district. But I just want to say personally that each and every single one of you guys in this district has a special place in this district. You guys are valued. You guys are very much appreciated. We know the hard work that goes into it. Every decision we try to make and the way we make it is not for us, but it is for you guys. I think my team and along with our superintendent, I think we are trying the very best to be as transparent and consistent and let you guys know that we are here for you guys and we do value each and every single one of you guys. So thank you and continue doing the good work you guys are doing because it's very evident that something good is happening by what Heather just presented. It's showing that something is going right and we should all be very proud of it. So continue doing what we're doing and hopefully we continue making progress. And other than that, like Mr. Davila said, please go to the Fathers Conference because it is something that as a dad, you gain a lot of insight. And to the presenters today, congratulations, Mrs. Kibis and Ms. Arteaga. You guys are wonderful and you guys are doing a wonderful job. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Rivas?
Got a couple things. Welcome back. It was a good, probably hope vacation you guys well-deserved and needed. And seniors that are in here, this is it. Like, enjoy it. Get to school. I don't want to hear 4.0. I have 4.0. I don't need to go to school. Get in school. Okay? But enjoy it. It's going to go quick. My son's graduating. I wish every day would go slower. Enjoy it. Okay? You're going to be walking down up the stairs, getting your diploma. Everyone's going to cheer, and then you got the real world. That's it. Enjoy being a kid right now, okay? Enjoy it. Like Miss Rudy said, that dad's conference, I went a couple years ago. It's really great. There's a lot of dads that went, and I was like, I talked to them after. I know a couple of them. They said it was really eye-opening, and they actually learned a lot. I'm going to be attending. And I hope to see a lot of dads there. Other than that, enjoy it. Welcome back. Good.
Thank you, sir. And I don't really have much tonight, but off to the new year. A lot of changes coming. Got to go forward. And thank you to all of our staff across all the sites to make our facilities look top notch. Matt to his team, Heather to your curriculum team. Those reports that come out, there's a lot of positives in those. So another year of going forward, and we will see you guys next month on February 9th. That's what it says. Meeting adjourned at 7:07 p.m.
Seniors, you have any papers, bring them up. We'll sign them.